Alright, let me go ahead and get this done while I got a little bit of time. Alright, this video is going to be divided into 3 chapters, not including the intro. Hopefully you will stick around for the whole thing, but I doubt you will. So let's get into it. Alright, I'm not going to be telling you anything new here, so I'm going to try to keep it relatively short. Spoiler alert, it's not really that short. Alright, so there are numerous videos out, specifically dedicated to explaining the flaws of this game. And hell, there are even channels who at this point in time who are just solely dedicated to explaining and pointing out how bad this game is. Like, shout out to Ryan Moody 21. Because he literally hit 1 million views in 48 hours of videos, literally just pointing out how bad this game is.
All those things I do, but not enough. And the only way someone gets 1 million views in 48 hours is by you guys just doing that, sharing videos, commenting, liking, and it really means the world to me. I used to see 100, 200, 300, 400,000 and really be taken back. I never expected to see 1 million views. Really more than 1 million views in 48 hours. And to be fair, I also have to thank EA Sports. I mean, let's be honest.
One second, let me make sure my audio. Alright, we're good. But there are bigger platforms talking about how bad the game is, this, that, and the third. And let's talk about me. Okay, so I stood on this hill last year saying that Madden 21 isn't a bad game. It just didn't improve from last year. And that the game has its bugs and issues, but, at least it worked. But this year, the game doesn't work. It's to the point where even Microsoft is issuing refund for the game. Have you ever heard of that? Have you heard of that? Microsoft. Now, I don't know, but every time I go to buy a game online, right, it always says this is non-refundable. Madden is so bad that Microsoft is giving out refunds. Look, my boy Prince got his franchise deleted twice. Apollo got his franchise deleted, and you still can't load in to play players only games. Let's go on a quick tangent. So, something super annoying about this game is its simplicity, and remember that for later. But if you find one thing that works, it will work every game until it's either patched or the next game comes, and if it's the latter, that's not even promised. But here's the kicker: if you find something that isn't meta or in pro play or ultimate team, you can literally run it forever. Honestly, I've been running certain plays for years, and they work exactly the same every game. Anyways, but what be killing me is the CPU is so easy to figure out and exploit, to the point where all Madden is, for most players, is too easy, because the game doesn't get harder, it just handicaps you. Like the CPU doesn't change coverages, they don't make adjustments, they don't slant the D-line, they don't disguise their coverages. It just makes it to where 70 overall cornerbacks are mossing your receivers. That's all Madden. All Madden isn't harder, it just handicaps you and gives the CPU a bigger crutch. And that's enough of that. It's so bad that people make these crazy sliders to make the game harder, but they also have to make these crazy ass sliders so they have a fighting chance too, because you have to handicap yourself so much to get a fucking challenge in this game. But anyways, the computer can have Nick Mullins at quarterback, right? And if it's on all Madden, he's going to go 28 for 30 with 3 touchdowns, and his only incompletions will be a drop pass and an interception type beat. But more on the CPU and the exploits when we get to the community part. Let's talk about the community. Has disappointed me. At first I didn't really care because I wasn't making videos, but now that I'm making videos and I wanted to grow in this community, this, that, and the third, they've disappointed me. But let's get into it. Now, I'm going to include the Madden devs themselves in this, but over the last few weeks, I've just contemplated just leaving the community. And hey, with this video, I am. Because let's start with the creators. And I'm not talking about the upper echelon guys like IMAV and TD and all them. I'm talking about us, right? For the last 2 years before each Madden, I go on the prowl and I go look for Madden channels of my size or smaller, and ask them to be in a franchise together. You know, last year we had the head coach franchises where you get one creative player to build your team around. This year was the creative player league. And the amount of people that leave me on red is ridiculous. There's people who have their Instagrams linked in their bio, in their description, and their Instagram is private. Why is your Instagram in there telling your subscribers to follow you if it's private? And then there's guys who have their Twitter linked and you can't even message them. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, and even if you do, they don't respond. All right, I should have a screenshot up, but they don't respond. And this isn't guys with crazy sub counts getting crazy views. They're dudes in my situation, right? It's not like they're getting like, you know, you don't have 1 million subscribers. You're not getting 40 DMs a day. You're not getting that. We're small channels. Nobody's following us on Twitter. Nobody's following us on Instagram and DM. Nobody's doing that. So you know what I'm saying? So either way, or worse. But anyways, like the one guy I did hit up that was a quote unquote bigger YouTuber. He has around 30k subs right now. And when I hit him up, he had 20, right? And I followed him on Twitter, and he was barely getting any kind of love. He's getting like 3 likes a tweet, unless he tweets about something, you know, content related, or he at somebody, or he, you know, retweeted something. Then he'll get around 10 to 20, right? So nothing insane. And as a fellow creator, I asked, hey, it looks like you're done with this character that you had in this series. I would like to use him if you're cool with that, yada yada. The message should be up there, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And this man didn't even respond. Like, the freaking audacity. A viewer messaged me in the middle of me recording one night. I paused the game and responded. I've only been hit up 3 times, but another hit me up while I was at work. I stopped what I was doing and I responded. And there's this Twitter, something he's active on, because he literally put out a tweet, like 2 or 3 tweets a couple minutes in a couple days, you know, days and minutes after, a bunch of tweets after I shot him the DM, right? And so one of the tweets was even asking his followers to hit him up in the DM, right? So, you know, somewhere where he's not getting a lot of whatever. And this man couldn't even give me a 2-letter response. He could have just said no. Anything. He couldn't give me a 2-letter response. Really? I could not support that man after that. I like, how am I going to respect your content and you can't even respect me reaching out to you? I don't unsubscribe from anybody. Unfollowed him, unsubscribed. I don't even, like, YouTube keeps recommending me his videos. I don't even watch. I scroll right past them. I can't. And you're probably thinking, oh, yada 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 about him if you're one of the few people that actually care about this video. But it's not just him. I should have screenshots of guys just blatantly ignoring me, even when I'm providing them an opportunity for us to grow from, or form a bond, or at the very least get content for them for themselves, and they don't even respond. Another one was last year. I hit up a guy who had around 300 subscribers. Around 300. I had 500. I was close to 1K. I was somewhere in there, 700. I had double his subscribers, right? I hit him up on Instagram about the franchise, and he just leaves me on red. He had a little bit of a following on Instagram because he has a fan page or whatever. But really? Now let's talk about the few people that join or get in, right? The few people that don't ignore you, they actually are like, hey, yeah, I'm down for the league. They're either inactive, toxic, or they quit. This year alone, there's been numerous players who joined the league and rage quit versus the computer and never play again. We had 5 YouTubers, 3 random players in the Discord, and after week 2 games, it's just me and one other person. And To me, like, playing the computer is either way too easy or just a blatantly dumb experience because you get hoed to where you have to run the same plays over and over again. So I spend hours and I spend days cooking up these PvP ideas because, you know, it's more fun and it's more rewarding beating a player, right? But I'm strongly discouraged from playing online versus people because when you do that, you know, if you're in a party with them, they just complain the whole game until they get their way. Like I said earlier, people who spend so much time exploiting the horrible AI in this game that when you load up to play each other, they believe that everything I throw is a pick and everything they throw should be a touchdown. If I string together a good drive, you're lucky. You got lucky. I got cheated. I got hoed. Did you not see that? I got hoed. Who'd you suck off to do that? Like, no, nigga, I'm just good at the game. Like, am I supposed to be ass? And then you just blatantly get belittled every time you play a game and shit. And it's to the point where in PvP games, when I'm partied up with somebody, I don't even talk to them. Because they're either too busy hyping themselves up or trying to belittle what I'm doing so they feel better about the fact that I dropped 28 points on them. Like, it's gonna happen. You know I'm good. Why are you so pissed off when I'm doing good? You should expect it. Like, geez. So it's so bad to the point where I just started handicapping myself in these games so people won't quit or just start being a baby. Like, something else about the Madden community is that YouTubers don't collaborate, right? We're such an isolated community. We got 2K YouTubers playing each other in IRL basketball. The animation community making cameos in each other's videos. You'll see big animators will appear in videos with animators you never heard of. Guys with 1 million subs popping up in a video on channels with like 300 subscribers, 1K, and putting in hella effort in the videos and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But a guy who's getting, 2,000 to 5,000 views can't even respond to a fucking DM, right? A guy with 300 subscribers is leaving me on red, right? And I call it the Madden community, right? Air quotes. But honestly, where's the community, Phil? Right? The Madden developers only get on their platforms to promote X, Y, and Z, and they don't respond to anything unless it's trending on Twitter. And I'm letting you know, with 2 fucking followers on damn Twitter, I'm not getting anything trading, so there's like no point. And I want to get some smaller creators together to collaborate on some videos. Can't do that because nobody responds to you. And you figure, hell, I'll just do my own thing, But you can't do that either because the game is broken, boring, and repetitive. And if you dare and try to play another game, hell, in some cases, if you even try to play another game mode, the support takes a steep drop off. You're basically bullied to play this consensusly dog shit game. But that's enough. Let's just get into the conclusion because it's already at like 13 minutes. You guys, well, actually, this is just universal. You love what I am, not who I am. The small portion of the Madden community that my videos have touched have gotten me to 2,000 subscribers. And that's insane. I appreciate it. But I had to look at my career path, right? And it was looking grim. Madden is a dying community in a dying game. And I need to separate myself from this game as early as possible, or I'm going to die on this hill with it. So let me restate my issues and what I'm going to do. So to summarize, the game over the last 5 years has been a repetitive mess of a bad game logic and mechanics to the point where we as a community have to draw up these insane ideas and crazy concepts just to motivate ourselves to play the game. And when we do hype ourselves up enough to play the game, we're met with horrible gameplay that is either super easy, super repetitive, glitchy, inconsistent, or just downright dumb, and most of the time it's all the above. We have to look up and make these wild sliders so the game can be a challenge, but Honestly, the sliders just handicap us to an extreme level, making it ridiculously hard to where, most people, what's crazy is, a little tangent here, most people will make these crazy sliders, right? Like, oh, I put the accuracy at 5 and the blocking at 10, and be shocked when nobody's blocking in their videos. They're shocked when they're missing all of their throws. Yeah, you handicapped yourself, so you're gonna be handicapped. Anyways, like, despite the terrible game, right? You can't even party up with some homies and play head to head because the community is so entitled from smacking the computer that they either complain the whole game, belittle your play, your style of play, or whatever, or just quit the game altogether. You can't squad up and play the art because the game mode is dead. Ultimate Team is filled with play-to-win gamblers who barely know how to play their damn game. They don't even know how to play football. I mean, damn, if you're going to spend $1,000 on the game, at least know how to fucking play it, right? They call a series of bomb plays, and if that doesn't work, they use their 99 overall team to run stretch on you all game and run whatever the meta defense is. Oh, you want to have a players-only franchise, a la Fucksboy? Yeah, with your friends and shit? You can't do that because games won't load when you try to play them. And the randoms are so trash at the game that they can't cheese the CPU for a win, so they quit. And all of that, even though it was kind of hard to follow, is assuming that you have friends or randoms to play the game with because nobody is responding. And that's assuming that when you load up the game, your franchise has not been deleted. That's assuming that when you go to head, you don't get desynced out of the game because you're using a custom playbook or you're wearing Color Rush. And for a few days, I was like, hey, I'll just grind it out, grow in the community, and then slowly trickle out, transition. But the truth is, more and more people watch my Madden videos every day. Whether they leave a like, a comment, let me know that, if they show they're there or not. But there's no crossover with you guys. It's strictly football, or y'all won't even give it a chance. Every time I upload a Madden video, more and more of these guys come in, and the truth is, with every Madden video I post, it's hurting my channel. Because every time I post Madden, the more the demand increases for this game that has robbed me of my creative freedom for the better part of over a year. So, I'm going to end this with two things. Number one, shout out to Stubble. So far, he's the only person to consistently pop out to the Twitch streams. Every time I stream for a decent amount of time, he at the very least pops in and sees what's up. He's also the only one to check out the second channel. Most of y'all don't even know I have a second channel. So thanks, Stubble. I appreciate you. Another shout out to Mars. Of my almost 500 videos, hundreds of them using this outro screen right here, he's the second person out of all of my videos to follow me on Instagram, the only one that actually hit me up on Instagram, and he does comment on here consistently or every once in a while. Thanks, Mars. I appreciate you. Last but not least, shout out to B Gliz coming through with the fire emoji every so often. There are several more of you who consistently pop out for all of the videos, and I want to say I appreciate y'all. You guys are the cornerstone for the community I'm trying to build here, and I truly appreciate y'all, coming through all the time and again, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I'm going to finish the Jailen Sanders career with 2 more episodes, alright? Then we're going to finish the season with Mordecai Lewis, hopefully get that ring. And then after that, I am not posting any more Madden series until either 1, Madden completely revamps the game from the ground up, 2, the NFL drops EA and another sim football game comes out, or 3, 2025 or 2022 6 hits and the exclusive license that Madden has over simulation football games ends, and then number 2 happens. But I highly doubt any of those will happen except for number 3. And yeah, until one of them happens, on the off chance it does, I'm just going to drop a one-off video every once in a while. It could be once a year when the game drops, because that's the only time motherfuckers will come in and watch a smaller channel is the week of the game dropping. Or, every time I just get a little motivated and I'm like, hey, let's record some Madden type beat. But besides that, I'm deleting YouTube Studio app, so it's going to take me longer to respond to comments because I spend all day checking that, hoping I get a comment. and most of the time it doesn't. And when I do, it's either people trying to figure out how to recreate my content rather than supporting it. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. Can you imagine selling rims and somebody comes up and doesn't ask how much are the rims? He says, how do you make it? Like nigga, what? Like, can you imagine selling some apples on the corner and somebody comes up, oh my gosh, these apples are awesome. How'd you make them? Nigga, buy the apples, support them. Like, come on. But anyways, with all that being said, yeah, it could have been a little hard to follow, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the series. It's just hurting my channel. It's like, I can't. I'm being robbed of my creative freedom. We're done. We're done. I'm not coming back to this. It's like, I can't. And there's going to be a very small percentage of people who are like, it sucks, don't give up on Madden. It's like, it's not making me any better, it's making it worse. I literally spent a whole day thinking of, because Battlefield 2042 is coming out, and I'm drawing up community game modes, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with the community. I'm gonna do that with the community. I don't have a fucking community. No, when that game drops, nobody's gonna want to play these game modes with me, because all they're gonna see, I'm gonna post that video of Battlefield 2042, and I'm gonna say, hey, if you have this game, we can do X, Y, and Z. And when I say comment your gamer tag or comment down below if you want to see X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna get a comment saying, when is Jailen Sanders coming? When are you gonna make a linebacker career? When are you know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen. It's like, nah. Nah. But yeah, I'm washing my hands of this game. Wash my hands of this series. I'm gonna get all this done, and then we're just gonna keep posting bangers, and yeah, it's gonna be lit. But until then, I'm not even gonna do the fucking outro. Y'all niggas don't follow me on Instagram or Snapchat. There's no point. All right, I'm out.